What is going on, nerds and nerdettes? How are you doing? It's Rick here. I'm currently wearing a hat because we had a Clippers incident, and I am going to be wearing this hat until my hair fully grows back out. So we won't discuss that. That's not why we're here today. Just wanted to follow up with the video that I posted last week about Hasbro getting the Ghostbusters license. There has been some new developments in this story that I just wanted to touch upon real quick. Before we get into all that, as always, I got to go into my little diatribe, my little rant, as some individuals have let me know. Apparently, I make 15-minute videos that have 3 minutes worth of information, so we'll try to make this short and sweet. By the way, that's directed to a few of you. Just totally kidding. But anyways, so let me just backtrack real quick and tell you what it is that I do. Let's give you a little insider's baseball into what I do. And when I post my action figure musings and I have a little news scoop, especially something as big and just amazing as Hasbro getting the master license to Ghostbusters, what I like to do is I like to vet it with a couple different sources. And when I do so, if I can't get a couple different of these different sources to verify what it is that I would like to break the scoop on, I just don't run with it. I just kind of leave it alone. It's like news, you know, a news reporter, a beat reporter here. I like to vet it with a couple different sources to make sure that the news that I'm going to report is accurate, because I don't want to get into one of these situations with some of these other scoopers where they, they'll report information and it ends up being completely incorrect, so they have to backtrack and go, oh, well, I don't like to leave a little bit of leeway, that convenient leeway that, a lot of these other scoopers have, where I can go, oh, well, they changed it or whatever. And anybody that watches my channel knows that, I tend to get it pretty accurate. So, like I said, so I don't have to backtrack and make a fool out of myself as far as that aspect. I'll do it plenty other ways I'll make a fool out of myself. But in that aspect, like I said, I'll vet it with a couple different sources. And if they're all pretty much saying the same thing, I feel confident enough, especially if it's not somebody that's directly with the company, but, other inside sources, low men on the totem pole. If I get enough news and sources to vet that information, I'll run with it. So that said, I've got a lot of strong sources on Hasbro getting the master license to Ghostbusters in 2020. And that also includes, as far as I'm aware, that also includes Real Ghostbusters, the first movie, the new movie coming out in 2020, etc., etc., etc. Video game, the works. Now, what I said when I posted the original video last week was that Diamond Select, who has been working on the license, for the past, 4 or 5 years, I said that they were completely done with the license as of 2020. Now, one of my sources said that that was the case, but then I had another source that said that no, they're looking into the other movie. So I spoke out of turn. That's my bad. But now we've got a new development, and this was actually confirmed before I could even get the chance to make this video, that Diamond Select does have another line of Real Ghostbusters product coming out, Real Ghostbusters figures. Now, with that, I did contact Diamond, actually before this news was broken. I did contact Diamond Select, and they did tell me that they had more product planned. Now, I asked specifically about 2020, what this meant post-2020. Now, in a situation like this, I can't imagine, we've got a lot of licensing going on right now with different properties, and I cannot see Diamond Select being okay with Hasbro getting the mass market license while they just do direct market. It's not, with the death of Toys R Us, which was a large chunk of Diamond's money, it's, they're trying to get into mass market. So you're starting to see more Diamond product at places like Walgreens and Walmart, et cetera, et cetera, and at Target. And I just can't see them being okay with only having direct market, where Hasbro has master, mass market. You'll find it in the toy aisles at Toys R Us, etc. And Diamond just kind of sit on direct market. They need to make money too. They got to get into a bigger market. I just don't see them paying for the property and then, having to just sell it to places like comic book shops. I just can't see that happening. But stranger things have happened, and I could be wrong, and they might have where Hasbro has master license, they have direct, and at a higher price point, etc., you know, going forward in 2020. However, when I contacted Diamond, they specifically said to me that you will see more real Ghostbusters product this year. I couldn't get a straight answer from them as far as, you know, 2020. Obviously, they don't want to do what I did and kind of blow Hasbro's, you know, kind of steal their thunder. So I don't know what's happening with the license as far as Diamond Select goes. Like I said, I kind of spoke out of turn by saying I didn't get how I vet with multiple sources. Only one of my sources says that they were completely done. But that's just me postulating when I say that I can't see them picking up the direct license. And also, it looks like one of my sources has been speaking to another scooper / fellow YouTuber. And if you actually take a look at Toy Shiz's Instagram, or my boy Toy Shiz, he's an awesome guy. If you're not following him on Instagram or YouTube, do so. He's a great guy. But he gave a very subtle hint maybe a week or two back regarding this little bit of news, which is further verification that this is happening. He's, like I said, he's slick. He's a little bit more subtle than I am. I'm more like hey guys, guess what? You know, I just blurt it out. He's a little more slick, and he gave this little hint right here, which is the Ghostbusters blasting a bunch of Hasbro products. So, you know, Power Rangers, Marvel, Transformers, etc., etc. But anyways, so yeah, right now it does look like we are going to get some more real Ghostbusters product from Diamond. We are up to November as far as their solicitations go. So they have until December. So we might see some real Ghostbusters stuff in December, and then 2020, boom, their license ends. They just have a little bit of carryover, kind of like how Hasbro took over the Power Rangers from Bandai. You know, we were still getting some product leaking out into January, February, and then Hasbro took over the line. So it might be a similar situation there. So anyway, so that's the newest development. Hasbro still does still have the license as far as 2020, but also Diamond not quite done with the property. So we might get some of our ghosts from the cartoon, Sam Hine, you know, etc., etc. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys right now. Y'all have a good one. We will talk to you later. Have a good one. See ya.